We're back again with Diane. Diane?
It is Diane, yes.
We're back again with Diane Viola. We just did a little talk about your family constellation weekend on the 19th of May, and I forgot to ask some of the stuff because, you know, there's so much to remember. But being a dummy, what's a constellation? What do you mean by family constellation? You're talking about the energy or the dynamics of a family. So what does it mean?
Well, it's a particularly difficult thing to describe. However, the essence of it is that we start with what is the issue that somebody wants to work on. We look at who are the people involved, and then we have those people represented by other people in the group. They actually then, we're then looking at what is out of place here. Where have things not been right that need to be redressed? So there are specific processes that occur during the workshop, so that what actually happens is, particularly as you were saying before, if someone is carrying something for someone else, they actually get to give that back.
So the scenario you were saying was if a mother and daughter were coming in, they wouldn't actually, one wouldn't actually play the mother and one wouldn't be the daughter because you...
No. The beauty of a workshop is that you're able to actually sit back and observe and not actually interfere with the process itself, not to bring your own experience into it.
Right.
And how many people are normally in a constellation?
The constellation itself?
Yeah.
Look, it depends. If you're doing something where the impact on this person actually goes back many generations, and you've got 20 people in the room, you might have all 20 people standing up.
Okay.
So there's no way that I can actually define it because every constellation is different. But we're always aiming for what actually allows the soul to settle.
So it's about the soul.
Well, that's what's driving the show, really.
I'm working on that stuff, so that would be appropriate. Okay. So dynamics, we spoke about that. Anything else that you wanted to add about it that we left out?
Well, I think the thing is just that through a constellation, whatever has been out of place or out of order is able to find its way back in again. Now, it's not something, you won't always even be necessarily happy with the outcome because it's about accepting things as they are. So we're really, really looking at things just as they are. And a key, very important concept in here is that we are really wanting people to take responsibility for their own, fate, destiny, karma, but also for their the actions that they've...
Their contribution to the big picture.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's not about rescuing anybody. It's not about taking away from people.
Or blame.
No, definitely not.
Right.
No. So we're letting go of all of that, shame, blame, guilt, punishment, all of those things.
And I think when you come into interpersonal stuff, that's where all that stuff is always at its highest, The people we love the most are the ones we hurt the most of the time.
Yes.
Or hurt by.
Yes. Because we have something called blind love. Yeah, so the loyalty to family, and that in the context of family, we can do something that's a heinous crime almost, but because that's what it is to belong to that family.
It's more powerful.
Well, it's just a part of, our human nature, so to speak.
So we put up with it and just keep going on because of the sake of the family. But of course, is that what you're saying?
Well, what I'm saying is that it's the unconscious things that run us. Yeah. So we're not always aware of that.
Any other ideas?
I'm not sure if this is off limits, but you'd mentioned to me on the phone spiritual divorce.
No, it's not. No, it's not off limits, so to speak. It is one of the processes that we will do in a constellation. What I was saying to you though is that it's constellations, and I guess this is a good thing, is not a replacement for grief.
Right.
Yeah. So if you are in a situation where you are grieving something, or you should be going through a grieving process, it's not about wanting to circumvent that. So we're really respectful of you know, where people need to be at any point in time.
And if I'm watching this now and thinking, well, I might go for this constellation family thing, what are the target groups or the stereotype people problems or issues that come to you for this work?
Yeah, well, it's so diverse, really. I mean, anything to do with your relationship, anything to do with a family member, work-related issues, health issues, financial issues. They can all have an application here.
Right. So, you know, I use 3 of mine, so there's three basic ones that
You're going to be very busy.
People come to all the time. But, you know, people in families, they fight. You know, and you find that from it, and again I'm talking through, I have no idea, is that after they go to these constant groups, they come back and suddenly their family life is more resolved, or their relationships with people are different, or is it all about how they view it on the day?
When we're doing a constellation, because you know you might have many members of your family there, our focus is always on the client themselves, because we can't resolve everything for everyone. And also we don't necessarily have permission to do that. What people will find though is even if nothing changes over there, it changes here. So you do have a different experience.
I keep losing fact, it's back to the soul. It's not always about how you think or how you perceive things, it's back to the soul level.
Well, that's the level that the constellation
That's
works
what I'm saying,
at.
yes, that's right. So.
Yeah. Bert Hellinger, who's the person who really made Family Constellations what it is, refers to a constellation as the movements of the soul, which is really lovely. There was a piece in there as well. I can't remember.
All right. Well, we cleared up a few more things. We're going to turn this off now. There is a link again for the 19th of May. Diane's contact number's there. And if we think of more questions, we'll do another one in 10 minutes.